Yeah, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're still awake. Hope you still have a little moment to listen to some thoughts. I want to keep it short and sharp. 5 minutes, 5 points. First one, I live in a condo, it's hot. I need air conditioning, but I don't use it because I want to not push up my 30 ringgit energy bill. So at the moment I'm sweating. I hope we can focus more on passive solutions, was already indicated. Insulation, shading, and glass that actually doesn't let the heat through. That's what we need in Malaysia. Sometimes when you focus on GBI, you forget the passive solutions because maybe you're focusing more on engineering and equipment. Point number one. Point number two, carbon footprint of building materials. At the moment it's possible to get all these wonderful certifications and still have a massive carbon footprint in your building envelope. This is happening here and now if you look at CO2 emissions. If you use normal standard concrete, your footprint is massive. We need to focus more on the carbon footprint of the materials that we are using in the first place. Number three, what are we doing with all these buildings that we have out there that are operating and consuming loads of energy? At the moment it's still very cheap to do that because Malaysia has massively subsidized energy prices. So what can we do about running buildings that are already existing? And if we look at the buildings that are going for GBI, that is a minuscule percentage of the existing. We have a massive existing building stock. So we need to do more work on how we can improve our management, maintenance, and people engagement in changing how we can reduce the environmental impact of existing buildings. Fourth point. How about the short-termism that we have in the marketplace out there? That is one of the major diseases that we are facing currently. Everything needs to be cheap, cheap, cheap. You know, it doesn't matter often in Malaysian buildings if the tiles fall off the wall 3 years down the line, because it's not the problem of the developer anymore, who was given a 2-year guarantee. We need to move beyond that. We need to look at the life cycle costing of our buildings. We need to look at how we can actually as well commercially articulate the value of green buildings, green building materials, and doing it right first time rather than paying a lot of money 3 years down the line for refurbishing the swimming pool that's just had the tiles fall off because people used the normal cheap standard grout and tile adhesive. So going green has a lot of commercial values that we need to better articulate and better analyze. And how about you guys out there, especially developers, are you able to set yourself apart from the competition? That is a massively underdeveloped area in Malaysia. You see it with G Tower. They have a better product, a greener product. But where are the others that are following along those lines and commercially benefiting from those activities? And let's not shortcut or greenwash. I came across a Malaysian development the other day where some accountant in the backyard seemed to want to save some penny pinching, even though the development was communicating itself as the new green development, where you can enjoy a wonderful lifestyle with your family because you won't need air conditioning. But the pennies extra that were needed to insulate the walls, the accountant in the background didn't want to spend. I'm sure the green branding is going to be killed once people realize that the units that they're going to live in didn't actually have the insulation that was implied with the green marketing. So we need to be wary of greenwashing. And finally, my fifth point, how about the big picture? 10th Malaysian Plan. Loads of great stuff is happening in Malaysia to promote green technology, to promote green buildings. But if we're gonna lift this country to a level of innovation, green technology, higher value jobs, higher salaries, then we need to move away from, I want to buy some cheap stuff from abroad and sell it here. We need to move towards real domestic technology innovation or acquisition of technology coming into Malaysia that can later on generate value for the country rather than just a simple trading. There's a lot of trading mentality in Malaysia. There is less visionary, what are the technologies of the future? I propose a radical approach. We don't just need to copy things from Abu Dhabi, going carbon neutral. Let's go a step further. I recently wrote an article on a concept of carbon capture city. Let's push the boundaries a little bit in Malaysia. It doesn't need to be a big project. Let's do some small projects that force the country to innovate domestically radically new green technology so we can truly create an economy and as well a green building economy that can generate and export technology to other countries and provide a real leadership role and by that create value for economic development. Thank you.